All right, we are here with Einar, founder and CEO of TxOdds, who I'm thrilled to welcome as the headline sponsor of the Starties networking party on March 9th to kick off the week of the next New York City summit. Einar, I did a podcast with you last year as TxOdds celebrated its 25th anniversary, and we talked a little bit about how, in some ways, TxOdds is a 25-year-old startup in and of itself. So very appropriate that you and the team are sponsoring this event to celebrate entrepreneurship within the gaming industry. To start us off here, give us a bit of insight into why TxOdds decided to support this event, why you wanted to support the next generation of entrepreneurs. What was it that sort of had you say, yes, this is something we want to get involved with and support?
Yeah, hi Jesse, good to see you again. Look, we, as you said, 25-year-old startup, not really a grown-up, but it's just the energy of startups, one thing, and we have a lot of good data that could be useful. You need to build things off good quality data, get good products, just help innovation, and like people can benefit with their ideas and build off something that's just going to hopefully become good quality.
Well, quality is something TxOdds has become known for over its 25 years. And for people watching this, Einar, who might not be familiar with TxOdds and kind of what you have in market, give us a quick elevator pitch on what TxOdds does and some of the products that you have out there that might be useful to the audience.
Yeah, I once got asked this question in an elevator, if you can believe it, but it was like a really short one is a Bloomberg for sports betting. But then I sort of found out recently Bloomberg's not very popular. But I think we're a bit more popular. But, just collecting market data and in such a format that you can trust, you can build from it, you can automate from it. And that's what we do.
Look, 2026, it's a World Cup year. NFL's now done. There's a little bit of a gap right now in the U.S. sporting calendar. So people are starting to talk about the World Cup a little bit more. It's on the horizon. Obviously, from an operator perspective, all hands are on deck getting ready for it, despite the fact it's a few months out still. What are some of the messages you're sharing with operators right now about getting World Cup ready? And just what are your general expectations for World Cup this year from a TxOdds perspective?
Yeah, well, from our perspective, it's actually quite quiet because there's less matches. So this is actually one of the most quiet times every 4 years for us. But for an operator, it's massive. It's like people come up from everyone wants to bet. There's this, it's extended, it's exciting, it's on the Americas this year. What are we doing with it? Well, we are actually putting out, it's on the Solana blockchain, something we call a stable price, which is, we have a product, it's built, we're just sort of bridging the on and off ramping on with the token, but essentially it's going to publish every 60 seconds a stable price, which is a market price or half time, full time onto the chain, and that's going to be all the World Cup matches. So every 60 seconds you can go along, you can get this from here. It's going to be free, right? So, and it's all around. If you want a real-time price, you can use a token to just access the normal API. But for us, it's like, because it's obviously it's global, it's free access, and again, 60 seconds you can do quite a bit with an update every 60 seconds across these matches, across handicaps, totals, the main lines. So you could build from it. You can monitor your risk in some way. So we're gonna publish that, and that's around our own stable token, which is just in order to make data access more, just less friction, transparent pricing, etc. And the World Cup's going to be our kind of flag carrier for this. So that's how we're using it.
A lot of people might call a 25-year-old company a legacy business, but the fact that you're continuing to push the envelope and innovating by building on the blockchain really speaks to the contrary. You're continuing to push the envelope with innovating, with new technology. So love to see it. You're really bringing that startup energy, despite the fact, 25 years, probably not technically a startup anymore. Einar, not too long now till we all get to New York for the next summit. The TxOdds team will be there. What are the objectives for TxOdds there? Who are you looking to meet, and how can people get in touch with the team that will be on the ground in New York City that week?
Yeah, so our team, Thomas, Alan, and Trevor, so fine trio, will be there, and they're very approachable and friendly, and they're there to hopefully to network and mingle and meet lots of people with lots of good ideas. And by all means, and how many prediction markets are there in the startups? So for example, we're very open to working with startups and have a history of doing that, and it's good fun. So the main thing is, if you have an idea, you could come along. The hard bit is actually getting all the components to work, and we can be accessible and do that. And it's a nice time to be around in this business at the moment. So it's exciting times.
Well, as you said, you're going to have the A team there from TxOdds. Look forward to seeing Thomas, Alan, and Trev. And really, once again, Einar, appreciate the support that you and the team are giving the Starties Networking Party, allowing us to host this event for the next generation of leaders in this industry and ambitious entrepreneurs building within this industry. So we'll leave it there for now. And once again, thank you so much for being the presenting sponsor of the Starties.
Right. Thanks, Jesse. Enjoy it. Have a good party.